Yeah, but the saying is pretty obvious.
Lucian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, check this out. Starting off with best girl asleep.
Alright, I'm looking at the
I'm
video right
happy to
now.
talk to you
I'm gonna get
anytime,
to the video
boy.
right now.
You don't have to
Open
sneak
up
up on me
Google.
while I'm asleep.
Oh snap! Look at her being
You're
saucy.
right, you know. I am still a boy. I can't even do anything for my friends when they're suffering. But
Alright,
even so,
met the
I
video.
wish there was something I could do for you, Miria. So that you
I
wouldn't have to cry
forgot her
anymore.
name's not Egyptian in the actual canon.
You know, you really are a kind kid. I
So is this
almost
like
want to
a
take you up on
romance right
that.
now, or?
Uh, no, there's only really one romance option, and it's Raimi. Or more so Gina.
Regina.
Yeah. Although I'd romance Egyptian
Miria,
over here.
Maybe I should let you comfort me.
Those
Oh!
ears, isn't
Hey,
it?
what are you two doing all alone? Hey, what are you doing so, like, close together?
Oh!
we
The
were...
boy was trying to
Oh, yeah, I
comfort
have
me,
a
that's
volume
all. Maybe you should have him comfort you, too.
Yeah! Come on,
Fuck
Edge,
you,
comfort
X-Wing.
me too!
Yeah, Edge is gonna comfort Edgeley.
What are you two doing?
Raimi!
Raimi, you should have that to
Come,
comfort
come
you
on,
too!
Edge, comfort me too.
Come on, let's all three do it!
Yeah, three-way!
As the second in command, I will not permit
That was
such
a four-way.
flagrant violations of discipline.
No,
Well,
Raimi! I
it
was
depends
just
on
going
whether or
to
not
talk to
Egyptian.
Miria.
No,
I'll be
Egyptian,
going
no!
now.
Miria!
Play amongst yourselves, children.
Damn it, she left.
You probably don't realize it,
Damn it.
but you have done a lot for me.
They're still in earshot, you bitch! Like, they would still be able to hear that, wouldn't they? Or are they just that stupid?
Must be an anime thing.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright.
I'm gonna post the video on the Discord so everyone knows you're streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, every now and then I'm gonna try to talk to everyone at least once, you know.
Okay?
Just to get some dialogue and stuff like that. You know, these fun character interactions which aren't cringy at all. No, I can never
Stream
consider them
time, I
cringy.
say.
Yeah.
And on the...
No. Excuse me.
It's time.
So I want to talk about something, alright?
Hmm?
I don't know if you'll hear me out on this, but basically, what was I gonna say? So here's the thing. Wait, she said yin and yang are looking alright. Oh, did she name the trees? Alright. But yeah. Anyways, so I feel like you know, my eating habits are perhaps like weird to you guys, you know.
Well, like I told you, our friend, well, we're not people to tell you how to eat, so you eat however you want.
I feel like there's still a lot that you guys judge me for. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, we don't judge you at all. It's just,
Hey, it's Skylar.
it's Skylar.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
We're talking
just
about
talking
our friend's eating habits and he feels persecuted.
So like,
Yeah.
okay, so here's one. So I don't have no idea if like this is agreeable to anyone, all right? Because like Skylar, you at least agreed that the fucking wings, that like it makes sense not wanting to actually touch them because like they're so greasy and all that.
Yeah.
They're covered in
Yeah,
sauce.
they're greasy and they're. You see, yeah, that's an issue I have with eating wings. That's why I don't usually eat them. Yeah, the sauce is often really sticky, and I can't just wipe it off with a napkin because the napkin usually falls apart.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now here's the thing.
So,
Oh, sorry, go on.
yeah, so unless they have like a cloth napkin, I'm not going to bother using my hands or ordering wings.
Now here's the thing: is all right, burgers, right? Do any of you guys kind of dislike that the edge of the burger is a little bit more crispy than like the
I
inside of the
actually
burger?
like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Personally, I'm fine with that. I like that.
So here's the thing, I'm fine with it. In most cases, I don't give a fuck. On some rare occasions, like when I go to a burger restaurant, like they give me like one of the steak knives. I said, fuck it. Then I wind up cutting the burger in 4 like parts. Then I just kind of eat it like a pizza, so I avoid the edges entirely.
Alright.
Okay, that's unusual.
What do you mean unusual? I'm trying to see if anyone can relate.
No, fucking Efren, you're missing my point. That I'm saying, like,
Yeah, it's not.
eat how you want.
Yeah, you can
No,
eat how
I
you
feel
want.
like no one can relate.
Like,
What would you do? What would you do
like-
if fucking Dell or Skyler came in or me and said, "Yeah, I can relate to that." what would you gain?
Oh, I would gain some closure.
Closure?
It
Yeah.
makes me feel better. Everybody has, almost everybody has some variety of eating quirks.
Oh, I doubt they
Like-
do.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's pretty-
sound a little cringy here and say that there is really no normal way to eat things or to do things in general. Because
Fucking ran over here saying kill the diva. Alright, go on.
because there is like nothing, no such thing as normal in my opinion. Everyone has their own fucking quirks and shit.
Yeah, but
Yep.
they're not cool quirks like the ones in My Hero.
Yeah, that fucking ability to have shame, so much shame that you have to go out naked to get more shame. That
That
quirk.
is a weird one. I mean, but like the end result is that you get power out of it, you know?
You got one-shotted. No, that guy got one-shotted by fucking Hawks.
I mean, to be fair. Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I completely forgot. Like it was the dude that was like just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna flash everybody. Then fucking Hawks just kind of hit him with his wing and he died.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Like, of course, like, Rena over here saying block this overhead as usual, you know. I hope he's enjoying his ramen with the soup. No, his ramen with the spoon.
And his ice cubes.
Alright, alright, here's the thing, the ice cubes part, like, you know, like, that's the part that gets me, you know?
Uh-huh. I
So,
thought you
yeah.
were gonna say, yeah, that's the part I get.
No.
I think I'm gonna try it from now on.
No. I think it's it. Alright, so here's the thing. So Ryan says I don't use any ice anymore. So he still did at some point. Yeah. He did it.
Why did you change your habits just because we clowned on you, Rian?
Yeah.
What?
Never changed, Ryan. Bitch.
Something wrong with what I said?
Yeah, so like, basically I wanted to kind of gauge just how fucking weird like my habits were compared to everyone else's, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's fine if you have some weird eating habits, man. You can eat how you want.
Why is it weird though?
Well, people have different tastes.
Like, why is he
Like,
eating chicken wings with,
I
with
used
the
to
fork and
have
knife
a
weird?
very weird eating habit. I used to, not anymore. But when I was like at the age of getting solid food like spaghetti, through the age of 16, I used to add sour cream to my spaghetti.
To spaghetti?
Yeah,
Was that good?
it was good for my taste buds at the time.
Have you tried it again to see if it still holds up, or did you give up?
I gave up.
Yeah. Again, like this says, I remember, I think at some point I tried to combine chocolate ice cream, you know, like my favorite dessert, with
Yeah.
cheese pizza. So like my favorite
What?
like food snack. Oh man, I love how everyone has a blank
These are the
expression. Doesn't
soldiers that
actually
will
look like they're
participate in
looking
the
at the
operation
characters.
to take Nox Obscurus. Our
Clap,
comrades
clap,
pay tribute
clap,
to you for
clap.
destroying the
Yeah.
Grigori.
All the elves love
Allow me to
us.
offer my thanks as well. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
our gratitude for protecting our sanctuary from the Grigori.
Look at this guy.
It's
Look at this
nothing,
twink.
really. I'd rather discuss our plans to stop the missing procedures activity.
Ah, the operation to take Nox Obscurus. X
Also, I
presented
forgot
us
how
with
he
the mission
sounded,
details
honestly.
earlier.
What did everyone do,
First.
Rian?
What's this Nox Obscurus?
That's what I've been wondering too. Maybe you should start by telling us what it is.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I was
Allow me
wondering,
then
was
to
I not
explain
paying
Nox
attention, or
Obscurus to
like,
the best of my ability.
did he? Well, I tried it
The
at one
missing
point in my
procedure
life,
fuels
then I
itself by
realized it was a
absorbing
terrible
energy from the
combination,
universe's
Rian.
many life forms. This much you already know, correct?
Ice cream on pizza.
And, as
Oh,
X has
I
explained,
think we
the
all...
Grigori secreted by the missing
One.
procedure
I
served
think
to
we all know
stimulate
that
the
did not turn
generation
out
of
well.
this life
Oh
energy.
yeah, it didn't.
Nox Obscurus is an object that exists between
It's
you
like,
two.
it sounds like fucking
It
Peggy
connects the
on
Grigori
King of the
and the
Hill
missing
saying,
procedure.
I
An
added
interface,
the
if you will.
powerful bleach, the equally powerful ammonia to make one super cleanser.
Did she
It
actually do
amplifies
that?
the energy
Yes.
furnished by
Yeah.
the Grigori.
Wait,
and
pudding
serves to
on
supply
pizza?
that
Who the
to
fuck
missing
puts
procedure.
pudding on pizza?
Our investigations into the energy flow led to the discovery of this black celestial body.
I don't know
Nox
if I want. Well, then
Obscurus.
again, I don't really like pudding too much. You
I
know.
see. So that is the process.
No, do you not like pudding
The missing
pops?
procedure
No.
secretes Grigori.
I
The
also
Grigori
don't
then
like.
stimulate the production of
We
life
got
energy.
Bill Cosby, but that's a different
That
story.
energy is absorbed by Nox Obscurus.
I think we
amplified,
understand
and
why.
sent back to the missing procedure.
Yeah, because his show is
The
pretty
missing
bad.
procedure
Honestly,
then
he's not a
uses
good
that
actor.
energy to secrete
That's the
more
only thing I
Whatever.
hate about him,
He was
honestly.
America's father.
The cycle is continuous, eternal.
Controversial
until the
opinion.
universe is
Here's the thing:
destroyed.
I know everyone probably loves Bill Cosby for other reasons,
missing
but
procedure is
I think he's a bad
indestructible.
actor.
The
I'm sorry
Grigori
to say.
essentially limitless, which leaves Nox Obscurus as our only target.
Yeah, okay.
Nox Obscurus. Basically, an energy cycling system. If we can eliminate it,
Bitch.
we suppress the missing procedure's fuel supply.
Bitch knows.
To be precise, we may be able to
Rain,
suppress it.
join us, you
There
bitch.
is no guarantee of success. Even so, it is the only road open to us.
Rain, that's
So
all I'm
that's
sorry.
what it was all about. Now I finally get it.
It's fine.
Could you explain
It's
that
fine, we can
once
call him
more,
a bitch
maybe?
whenever we want now.
Yeah.
Sari,
He can't
you're
stop
over
us.
here. Come on, don't get in everyone's way. Oh dear, oh my. This is kind of sad.
What was that
Oh,
about?
it's-
Please, continue, Giotto.
What the fuck?
Yes,
They
the
basically were
operation
like,
itself is extremely simple.
Gina, you need to get out of the scene and go
Infiltrate
over here in
Nox
the
Obscurus
background
and
with
terminate
us.
its operation.
And then like,
Everything hinges on this
Edgewing is just like,
Comrades,
what?
direct your
Okay.
attention to the screen.
This is sad though. It's like, no, we need to make sure you're over here in comedic relief corner. But it's like everyone here looks like a joke
So
character.
this is Nox Obscurus.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, something you can't really
Is
take
something
seriously.
wrong?
No,
You know what this
it's just
reminds
that
me
I
of?
get the feeling
It's like
I've
when
seen
you
this somewhere
play an
before.
RPG
I mean,
where
look
Probably
at this
my
fucking
imagination.
battle twink, Edge
Yeah,
Maverick.
oh yeah.
Trick of the imagination, Mr. Edge.
Wait, you consider him a twink?
We know it.
Yes.
Huh?
The Cardianon Mother.
I was gonna
But
call him a
you-
fuckboy.
The
That's
space
the-
fortress we so narrowly escaped.
F-U-C-K
Its warp destination was,
boy
in fact,
or
Nox
F-U-C-C boy?
Obscurus.
Yeah.
The end
what's
result
the
of
difference?
the Cardianon's accelerated
A
evolution
fuckboy
was
is a
extinction,
fucking asshole.
and their ultimate
A
fate to
fuckboy
become
was
part of
with
Nox
two
Obscurus?
C's, is ready to fucking go
Those
down on
people
anybody.
were wrong. But even so, what reason
Okay.
could there possibly be for that to happen to them?
Yeah,
Good-
you
you
learn
know, I
something
think-
from my culture.
So,
Wait, I just
where
realized.
exactly might our
I actually
charming
forgot
friend
that
be
Nox
now?
Obscurus basically looks like a Death Star.
This is difficult to say, but
It looks like a
Nox
fucking
Obscurus is
super
currently en
powerful
route
Death
to
Star.
your solar system.
Hey, it's Del.
Hey,
continues on
Del.
its course.
What's up?
It will
Delphine.
eventually
From you
reach Earth.
pussy.
What?
Fuck.
I cannot
They,
claim to know the
in all
reason,
these scenes,
but its
fucking
movement enabled us to ascertain its
Edge
position.
Lightyear's head is kind of cropped out from the fucking
You don't have to tell me.
what's it called?
I
We're
mean,
stopping
Edge
before it
and
reaches
Maverick.
Earth.
Edge Maverick.
Right.
So, yeah. Look, it's like they can't get his
Our
full head in the
investigations
fucking
did reveal
shot.
One fact. In the very
Yeah,
center
he's a
of Nox
five-head
Obscurus,
looking ass.
right here,
Does he have a
Well,
does he have a
that-
5 head like that
single
girl
life
from
sign.
Yasuke?
A single Life sign?
I'm sad that I still don't know what the fuck her damn name is.
Saki?
Something
But I'm just saying, it's sad
And
that I've
this
watched
thing,
more of that
whatever
than
it is,
you, and
supplies
and you
energy
fucking guessed the
in this
name before I could.
I think I remember the stupid joke. I said like, oh, does she want to give Yusuke
It can
the
only be the
Saki
nerve center,
Saki?
the heart of Nox Obscurus.
And then
Other
like,
than after being a raging pervert.
and then
Now
like
I will
we
discuss the
then I
operation
think you
with
mentioned
regards
that
to the
in the
points
show
just
they
outlined.
even said like, oh yeah, bring this necklace back when I'm older or something like that.
Maybe do you
yeah.
think
We will
that
deploy
that
EM2 to the destination point.
someone
and
looks
use
at
it
the
as
boy
our
looks at
external
Saki
base
and
for the
she's
assault
like
on
he's
Nox
like,
Obscurus.
hey, I need a nice cup of
We will
sake.
launch an attack on the planet.
Yeah.
Penetrate its atmosphere.
I mean, that's
And make
one way to
landfall
ask for a
at the
chick
pole.
to sit on you, but I've never used that
Upon
method.
infiltrating the interior, we will secure areas by
Yeah.
force
You're
and construct a
reminded of
transporter
that thing
for
I told
return
you
to
guys that you
EN2.
probably forgot about.
Who?
Which was.
This will be a specially designed device.
You know in Dragon
as
Age
transfer
Origins,
symbols will be
there's a
ineffective.
couple you can either split up
With transfer
or
to
have
and
them
from
marry each
EN2
other.
possible, we will be
And
able to fight with an advantage.
As a girl, you can
finally,
have the fucking male, the guy, fuck you, right?
Yeah.
And then
We
when
will
you
eliminate the
talk to
unknown life
his
form of the
lover,
planet's core.
his girlfriend, I
In
mean,
doing so,
you can
we
go,
should be able to sever
oh,
the
you're
energy
you're
supply
Gaina,
to the missing
right?
procedure.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes. How did you know? Oh,
Needless to
your
say,
boyfriend screamed
Our
your
efforts
name
will
while he was
undoubtedly
fucking
be
me.
met with fierce resistance.
Yeah.
Some of our comrades
Yeah.
may fall.
A lot
And the
of
girl
crimes.
goes,
Nonetheless,
what?
If even one of us
He cries a
manages to
lot.
reach the core, it will mean our
very
victory.
awkward.
And the girl goes, Cabin? Then slaps
Gather the
him.
lead of the Morphus. And those of our
the guy
comrades who
goes,
even now journey
I didn't
across
fuck
the
her
vast
just
universe.
because I wanted to fuck her. I fucked her because I love you, Gaina.
I expect
Babe, it was
your
only
best
anal, it
efforts.
doesn't count.
Yeah.
And one of
She
your
said she
companions
was better
can
than
go,
you, and I had to prove her wrong.
That is all. Please stand by in your ship.
I
one of your
fucked
companions
We will commence
goes
the
like,
operation as soon
But she
as
wasn't
preparation
oh my
Consider
god,
it
why
you.
haven't I used that line before?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
All
Hey
right.
Eric, how many men have you been stealing from women?
Your ship's
All of
armament
them.
overhaul is complete.
The way you said, why haven't I used that line? I feel like you've gotten in trouble before over some shit like this.
No, I didn't say I used that line, I
Thank
say
you, Kyoto.
one of
We'll
your
all be
companions can
standing
use
by
that line.
aboard the Calnus.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go, people.
Look, I can barely steal Efren away from being
When Crow
ace.
gets here, please tell him.
To be fair, it's
We
mainly
went
because
first.
Efren is like states from
snooze,
you,
lose.
and so
He's in
you don't
California
have-
too.
Oh well, just kidnap him then. It's like you don't have the means to just grab him.
Can
You
we-
see, it's
We
very,
will.
very difficult to seduce a fucker over online. That's why a lot of these fat people that do too much typing don't understand. You gotta be able to grab a person firmly, grasp them.
And suck them off.
Firmly grasp him.
Exactly. And if they keep dropping it, then you fucking force them to grasp it.
No. I will
Through
pull
the
out the
hand
gun.
if you need to.
I don't like
better.
making interactions with people like that, man.
I'm sure you do, Efren.
I don't. I pull out the gun almost every time.
Speaking of Efren, let's talk about how this coward doesn't want to put any
There's
of the
no demand
recorded
for
proof.
it.
Fuck you. There's no
Like,
demand for
name
any
one
of the shit
person
you
who
do.
said,
Shut
"Hey,
up.
you should upload this."
Shut up. I literally said upload it, so fuck off, you liar.
You know,
There's-
well, I never heard you say it, so you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
there's.
yeah, convenient. Convenient. Line way other people that have a grudge against me. Pick a number, bitch.
It's like, I demand to be seen. Fucking get on here, you bitch. Anyways.
Like, well, in that case, Efren, since you want to be that much of a coward, I'm gonna put you on blast anyway on your little stream.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. You'll have no context, bitch.
When do we ever have context? If you were posted the thing, it would have been like the mid-conversation of when we were doing this shit. Nothing is context.
Bitch.
So,
Fucking tortillas. That's almost as bad as Modoc being the fucking main antagonist of Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah.
That
Everyone
implied
knows
man.
AIM is the most powerful. Oh fuck! I don't even care enough.
Man, and they really tried their best to make you their star fucking employee.
No, I wish. Yeah. Like I
And
wish
to be
people
fair,
actually.
it was really your
could-
fault how that shit started. It's because
No,
you
it wasn't.
went so
It was
hard
my
on fucking
fault.
Ray. How?
That was my fault because I think I brought up Rian using ice cubes on his ramen.
Well, no, we
And
were
then-
talking about that. All of us were.
Wait.
And Efren had no context, so we explained that situation of Rian's dumbass putting ice cubes in fucking ramen. Still the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And then him saying, I do it to make it cool. And we say, well, fucker, just blow on it. No, but I can't use it with a fork. I use a spoon. And then that insanity. And then that led to fucking someone mentioning about nachos. And then you and Ray brought up your nacho thing with Taco Bell. Ray says, I don't
Hey,
like
wait.
it.
Yeah, I know you stopped doing that, Rian, but I only know until now that you stopped it.
I don't believe you. Shut up. I don't care, Rian. You're still dumb. Anyhow. No, there is no, I stopped. That's something that shouldn't have begun. So anyway.
It's a family-taught method.
Warp out complete.
Well, fuck you
We're in the
then.
path of Nox
There's certain
Obscurus'
things you gotta learn to
anticipated
buck your family and say, no,
Any
this is
further
stupid.
advance will have adverse
You
effects
choose
on this solar
stupidity.
system.
You get no fucking forgiveness here.
This will be our final line
So,
of defense.
did you hear my cringy,
All units,
the way I
launch
used to eat
immediately.
spaghetti?
Wait,
I did not.
By the way, alright, if any of you are actually watching the thing, by the way, did you
He
notice
just do
that?
it. Hitler salute.
Yeah, I know!
here's
What
the
the hell
salute.
is that?
Nox Obscurus. Calnus, engage.
Like, okay,
Fucking
here's the thing.
assholes.
Here's the thing. He's giving orders to people that are going on their ships. None of them are looking at him. So, like, who is he doing the, like, emphasized hand gesture to? You know what I mean?
The gesture, you could say. He's doing it for himself. It makes him feel big. Makes him
What?
feel like a big man.
Oh, God. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up in case you guys weren't watching it.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
with
already
the
has
smoke,
like a
man.
military-looking, uniform that looks like a fucking, like Nazi uniform, and he's just like, I'm gonna do this gesture. Fuck you. I do this when I'm alone.
You salute when you're alone, Efren?
Pro gamer move.
Yeah. He also says the N-word when no one's watching.
Alright, so like we were in spaghetti the way I used to do it from like ages 5 to 16. I used to add sour cream to the spaghetti.
I mean, that's more like your personal taste with the fucking topping or whatever. I don't mind that. That's a
No,
thing
it's
I
also a
can't really
family
do.
learned secret.
Well, but that's a taste thing. That's a opinion thing. The stupidest thing is again the concept of how do I do eat. Like how do eat. That's when we're at a point where it's like, okay, are you slow?
Give me the money.
Fucking eating ramen with a goddamn spoon. And then Efren trashes on Ray because Ray's like, oh, well, I use a spoon with Taco Bell nachos. And I guess that offended Efren in his Taco Bell love.
Alright,
He
to be
said,
fair, he said it wasn't a spoon, but like, the point is, I
yeah,
just
but
find
you meant a
the...
utensil. And
I
you were
find
like,
spoons so useless compared to like forks, for instance. You know what I mean? Or at least sporks. You know?
because I can, and that was the point when I was on Efren's side for a minute. I didn't trash Ray because I was like, that's a personal thing. And maybe Taco Bell nachos are that greasy and disgusting. So, because I've never had them. So I was like, I don't know. But I was still kind of
So
on
are we gonna
Efren's
recreate the
side.
whole conversation since it won't be posted?
It will be, but Efren's too much of a pussy to do it
Well,
right now.
I'll post it when there's demand for it.
Bitch, there's the man. You just trying so hard not to just put it up because
So,
you.
hold on, I just
feeling
want to mention
salty.
real quick. In that part, fucking, even though Egyptian was talking and like her face is close to the screen, they decided to like put focus on fucking Gina, who wasn't saying or really doing anything important at the
Shut
time.
Up, Kay.
I like that you're saying K.
Fuck you, Kay. Eat nachos the right way, Kay.
So alright, let's see. So I'm Edge. Eric is Egina. You are now Jita, Del.
What?
Well, because you're the one saying K.
Amazing.
Oh, you go to hell.
What are you doing?
Then that means you get to sit down next to Leslie over there. I mean, Edgley.
Oh, yeah. Would you, Miria?
Right.
Oh, wait, who's the chicken?
Rian. Because despite having glasses and having the highest intelligence stat, she's also extremely stupid.
But thanks to Mr. Eric,
But could we even say Rihanna has the highest stat of intelligence? We were just talking about
At
this
one
fucking
point, you played a
food
wizard, but
ramen.
didn't know what the spells
Aramat,
did.
you have weapons control.
Leave it to me.
So the
I still think
stats
that's
are
too
alright.
good. I'd like to think the chicken knows how to eat soup correctly.
Damn.
She knows how to eat chicken soup.
I'm not getting that. I'm not getting past that. Like, so many stupid things have been said where I'm like, okay, this is now Marks. This is you now. You are this dumb.
Is that dumber than me eating with fucking fork and knife for the fucking wings?
Efren, it wasn't even about me calling it dumb. I didn't even care. Like, okay, so Ray was busy like defending himself, so I don't think you understood my position on this. I was on your fence when you were like, oh yeah, nachos are finger food, because we were agreeing on that. Finger food is something that you go in knowing that you're gonna get your hands dirty, which is why you wipe your hands with a napkin or something in between. Now, that was what you were saying, and I was on the same fence. I could see why Ray probably didn't want to do it, depending on how disgusting the nachos were, but I got it. Then it's when you said, or like when I cut up my chicken wings, which then proves some hypocrisy there, because then it's like, wait a minute, no, because that's also a finger food.
So hold on.
So what the fuck here?
I want to just mention, so the thing I was saying to Ray is that like not every single chip is completely covered in like the in the beans and cheese and like stuff. So basically, I was telling him that like what you do and the way I eat is basically I just grab it from the parts that aren't covered, and then like I grab one of the clean chips and basically just kind of like I use that to shovel up the chips that are covered and stuff. Yeah, because here's the thing is that you don't just put your hand covered like in the fucking nachos completely covered in cheese.
Remember Ray
typically.
fists it.
Oh yeah, so like, or here's another thing is when it's not those types of nachos, typically I get the ones that like you have the dip separate, so you're dipping the chips in the what do you call it, in the cheese. You know what I mean? Does anyone else do that? No, is that another thing that apparently I only do?
Damn, that friend can't even give us a second to respond.
No!
Jesus.
Fuck.
Fucking Skylar was muted for a second, dude. Chill.
He was judging me.
Edge, look at this.
You fucking defensive bitch.
Okay,
say
dipping
your
chips
question
and
again, because I didn't even really hear you.
Yeah, so basically, is it relatable like to basically have a separate dip of cheese, like the hot nacho cheese and then nacho chips separate, so you can dip it?
Well, that is how it's done, when it's the cheese sauce pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
That is normal.
Usually, that's the thing most people say when they say nachos, or if they mean the ones you get at like restaurants or like theaters or whatever, then it's like the chips are buried under cheese and meat and sauce or whatever. Now,
Commander Kenny.
the way I usually only eat homemade ones, so I don't have that issue at all. It's literally just everything's baked on top of the fucking chips, so nothing's really that greasy or sloppy or melted. But my thing was, it was more like the fact you went so hard on Ray to then say, no, but it's different with my wings. I'm like, okay, Efren, come on, dude. Like, this is why we
there's
said you
no
were
part of the wing
Ray.
that is not covered in sauce.
But still, though, it means that the point is the fact that you and Ray had your own individual foods that you don't like it when you touch it because you feel a little dirty, you want your hand clean. That's why I'm like, okay, maybe something about the nachos and the cheese. Ray just does not like the feel of it, so he's like, I will use a utensil instead. You were on the fence of that's dumb, is finger food, wipe your hand. So the fact that you're like, no, it's different with the wing though, it's like, Efren, it's the same shit.
The reason why I brought up the wings because like I was like, okay, so all right, if Ray eats nachos,
attack when you fucking brought that up. Right there.
if Ray, so I was
fucking
thinking.
blew his mic out and
So
everything.
here's the thing is, I was thinking if Ray eats Taco Bell nachos with utensils, I was gonna say, all right, well another finger food would be wings, right?
So for this video.
I basically wanted to know, all right, does Ray also eat wings the same way I do? Then maybe that's something we can relate to. Then him being like, wait, no, that's bullshit. What? No!
Calnus, full speed.
That's where I got
Engage!
kind of defensive, essentially. So basically, I was trying to find like a middle ground. Like, okay, maybe I can kind of understand.
There was a middle ground. The middle ground was that both of you don't like certain fields or certain foods. You apparently don't
Yeah,
like
but I
the
felt
feel
like
of...
I was being attacked.
But that's because your ass is so damn defensive.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, baby. Because, again, it'd have been one thing if you were just like, okay. But you went so hard on her face.
Also, Rand's like, lick your fingers, you cowards. Like, yeah, you can do that, but it's also kind of gross like that. I guess more so like, at the moment you're doing it, it looks so gross.
Use a spoon.
So, alright, eating soup with the spoon, I can get that. Eating ramen, because it's noodles.
He knows what we meant. He's just trying his best to save some kind of face.
Yeah.
There's no way that's ever gonna be lived down. Fucking ice cubes and ramen and shit.
So like, alright, here's the thing. Like, the part that bothers me more is the ice cubes. You know?
That especially makes no sense to me because ice cubes are specifically for when you want to cool something down, like a drink or something that you want ice cold. What is the point of putting ice in a boiling bowl of like warm broth or something? Like,
he says in case he wants more broth.
That's stupid.
But wouldn't the broth just taste like fucking water more so than like the whatever flavors in it?
It will literally just turn into just more water.
The course
and hey,
is clear.
if you actually know how to make ramen, you won't need to worry about how much broth you have because you know how to mix your water with the fucking package right.
So Rand says, I break up the ramen before cooking so I can fit 2 packs in a bowl. Fuck you.
And? That doesn't matter.
What does that have to do with this?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with anything.
What the hell? The Cardion ship. No,
fucking
the pole is being sucked into the planet.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a fun fucking night. I was so happy. I said, well, I got here early, fuck it, cause like it was a rare occasion when when everything was done at work earlier, so I got back at around like 11 something. And so I was yeah.
Hold on, I don't mean to interrupt you, but if you notice the fucking whenever it cuts back to, so basically we're supposed to be invading this planet so we can destroy this bullshit and end all like this big evil. And so the point is that like we thought it was just the fattest evil. It's a whole planet. Basically, we thought it was just a planet that we could just land in and like destroy its core and all that. Then it turns out to actually be goo. Then it turns into a dragon. So yeah.
Oh man, gooey dragons are the worst.
So like, if you notice, whenever it cuts back to like our main characters and shit, like it's in the I guess like the not shitty, but at least like less hype.
Look, a person that looks like an actual person.
Oh, I was talking about this with Eric, but like whenever it cuts to our characters with other people, it looks like when you have your OC where the stupidest bullshit in cutscenes. You know?
Yeah, except they call that character design.
Of energy so incredibly powerful it has physical.
So yeah.
It'd be one thing if this was like an extravagant thing for like, oh, you did some special thing and put some dumb costume. No, this is shit that these bitches think looks good on them.
Oh yeah. And like, I was thinking about this because I guess it's not out of the ordinary
it's like
for
a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh monster.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Like a shittier one.
What's that red dragon? That red god card dragon.
Slifer.
Yeah, that one. He kind of got the same shape of his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And like the horns and shit like that.
Osiris.
Yeah. But they're like, no English speaking kid is gonna like the name Osiris.
I don't know if black people like Sonic.
By the way,
what do we do to fix this?
Ray, they can't just nuke it. What the fuck? You think it's gonna travel that easily from fucking space?
Not only that, what the fuck is a nuke gonna do to something that clearly seems more powerful than a nuke?
Sure we're all right, sir?
Yeah.
That's like saying, why don't you nuke Godzilla? What the fuck is kind of fucking question is that?
Fleet are gone.
Yeah, this fat ass.
Base is practically deserted.
Man, how are they supposed to stop it from charging?
All fat people and stuff like this always bald.
Perhaps we
well, because
it's Admiral NTR.
I guess because like they can't think of a hairstyle for like a fat person.
Yeah. If he had no mustache, then he'd be Mr. NTR. But he looks too foppish. I mean, he doesn't look like he even knows where his dick is.
My dick, where is it?
Stop waving your food around, you fucking heathen.
Hey, this isn't even cooked.
Wait, it's not even cooked?
Wait, it's not?
I guess not. Oh, but yeah, they finally did something with this character. Oh, now it's cooked! That's why they had to have it where it's not cooked!
Why did they pause like that? All of them. Also,
Look,
can we talk about how that must mean that this dude eats and swallows before anything if he couldn't even tell that wasn't cooked?
Yeah?
That's disgusting.
Ugh. Well, luckily he's dead now, Del. Do you miss him?
One less fucking shit stain in existence.
You know, I'm gonna miss all those great conversations we had with Admiral NTR, like, oh, that's Maverick, you suck.
Efren, you love NTR, but you cannot tell me that fucker has that kind of energy. I don't even think he could fuck someone, period.
Yeah.
There ain't no way he's stealing anybody.
Like, the mustache definitely ruins it, and his overall attitude makes it seem like he has no intention to try to, like, cuck Edge, for instance. You know what I mean?
He doesn't even look like he has any drive, so how could he have enough of libido to even approach a person?
Like no drive, no ability, nothing.
Like, you know that joke about, like, new males and, like, soy boys, where it's like they look like they have so little masculinity?
Yeah.
Like, that's what he kind of gives off that energy.
Yeah.
The offensive
I can see that.
Oh god, speaking of that, I saw some fucking video. It's like some meme channel. I think it's called Millennial Thinker or something like that. And it was like the mindset of a cuck. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Let me see this. But then it got actually sad and depressing because it was like basically these two homely looking people ended up getting together, got married, and the dude's thinking to himself in bed, he's like, I don't understand. I have a good job. I finally have a good house. And I have a woman that loves me. He says, I should have everything that should make me happy. But I don't feel as if this is real. What if we're both so ugly we're just settling for each other? And he starts, you know, being all paranoid. So then he puts his house up for sale, and then it flash cuts to him with a line of black guys apparently fucking his wife while he's recording it.
Jesus.
And he has this internal monologue. He's like, that's right. Once you're done, you just get back in line. You don't get to have that beautiful woman in your life every day. You only get to just once as I allow it. Because I'm the real man here. And it's like, that is fucking sad. And I'm like, that kind of makes some sense. Because I remember, it was like early time when we were talking, when I was talking on Party with you guys. I think you mentioned something about what brings somebody into cucking or whatever like that. And I was focused more on like the whole like self-hatred and shit like that. That's like a whole nother angle to it, where the person feels so insecure about their relationship and themselves that to feel some sense of control, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let a bunch of other dudes that I think are just 10 times better than me fuck my girl, because the fact that she's still my girl afterwards means that I'm the real man, I'm the real winner. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm the breadwinner, you see.
No, it's like, I'm the real man. You're just a little boy that only got one chance, but I get that in my entire life. It's like, what the hell? Like,
what happened
that
to
shit was so depressing.
I think, you know, part of it is probably they think of themselves as like the same as swingers, for instance. Because like with swingers, it's more so that I think both people in that
They fought on the front
relationship are
lines, didn't they?
kind of both
To protect
assholes
the
who are like,
Eldarian
hey
refugee
man,
fleet from the
who cares
Phantoms.
about staying loyal to each other? Let's just have the
There's
title
no
of
way
being
they could've
together,
come out of that without
but
any
like
scratches.
fuck like different people sometimes. Yeah.
It always comes down to that
it's
mind that
weird.
it's very rare for like swingers or stuff like that. Because again,
sorry
in the
I was
video,
late.
girlfriend or wife never said anything like
Bro,
this, right?
are you okay?
Like they met and it just cuts to the dude's thoughts and that's it. And fucking the mental hurdles he's going through, it's like he literally has everything he's always wanted. He has a relationship, he has a house, but I guess some part of his insecurity is still like he doesn't feel like a man. And then he's like, oh, she's not really that good looking. I'm not really that good looking. Well, what if that just means we're settling for each other? And it's like all of these weird fears rushing in his head. And so to feel comfort, he'll literally get, and it's all black guys in that damn line. And it's like, he'll just find a bunch of dudes to fuck his wife.
Yeah.
And he feels better because of that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miria.
People worry me, man.
You know what it is? I think it's also because they think they're doing their wife a favor by letting her fuck other guys.
No, that's the thing too. He doesn't even mention her. It's literally like in his thoughts, he's only talking about the guys. He's like, that's right. You only get this one chance to touch that, but that's mine. I'm the one that gets to actually romance it. I'm the real winner. She chose me. You're just a little toy that we put to the side. And I'm like, why? Why do this?
Yeah.
She had no thoughts about this. You literally put this situation up. He's recording this shit. Also, the video is very fucking disgusting. Like, it doesn't show anything, but while the dude's recording, he puts out a hand for a high five, and some dude gives him a high five, and then a splotch hits him on the cheek, and then he just says next and goes right back to recording. I'm like, this is fucking disgusting.
What the fuck?
What
I
are
know,
you
man.
apologizing for?
Also, I don't know if this is more or less
Look,
depressing.
The fucking witch girl's like, go on.
So, God. So basically, the little girl is like saying like, "Hey, so you're bringing back a Jello, right? You know, because there's no more room on the ship, but I guess he can have half of my seat."
Maybe.
And then he said, "No, he's dead."
What happened to
Hooray!
Then look, you can't tell because her face never really changes, but she's very sad about this.
Down by the Phantoms, one after the other.
She tried so hard to just always start shit with him, but it's like, okay, whatever, weird thing.
Do you
I want the Edge brother to just admit, okay, I killed him. I just got sick of his ass.
Hey, he didn't have to spend as much time with him as Edge did, though.
No. It's like he got rid of his elf because he didn't want to deal with any more elves. So when Edge dumped another one on him, he said, nah, fuck that. Fuck that, I'm killing this one.
You and I both know that's not going to accomplish anything.
He only kept that elf around because it was strong. And so after being given a weaker elf, he's like, well, fuck, I especially don't need you.
Oh,
Look
it's
at
kind
her
of
kicking.
sad. Because, like,
how
she's
dare
kicking
you
his
sit
chair.
where he sat.
Yeah. Yeah, she's literally like, you sit where he sat.
How dare you?
We'll just have to break into Nox Obscurus by force.
And Edge is like, I don't care.
He's
How long
well,
until that thing has
let's
enough
do
energy
the
for a
mission
third
we're
shot?
supposed to do.
Let's blow up another planet.
Hey, man. Like, genocide, I think I'm getting used to this, you know?
Even so, we have to go.
In fact, I'm getting a taste for it even. I love that brought Scholar back. I think I'm getting a taste for it. Hooray! Back to mute.
So, yeah, we're still figuring out roles in general, because, like...
Only the important things bring Scholar's attention back, apparently.
So that's how it is. Crow.
Of course.
Will you?
Yeah. Sorry if I'm a little bit,
Rushing into
let's see, what would you call it?
thought.
Quiet. I'm a bit quiet. Let's go with that. Sorry I'm a bit quiet. I have to study for a freaking interview I have on Tuesday.
I'm just fucking with you.
Way.
Yeah.
And now I'm distracting him from his studies.
What?
And we're gonna cook him.
Why is it that you said that you studied really hard, but all these answers you've given me made no fucking sense? What are you talking about? Well, one answer you have here is big booty bitches. Just repeat it.
Leave this to me.
I don't understand how you think that had anything to do with questions.
Yeah. It makes sense to me.
Listen to them while I studied.
How this, like,
it's my truth.
For some, for some reason,
truth.
For some reason, they said that I was incorrect for having the answer. No genocide.
So we're gonna have to cheat a little.
Yeah, they said that was wrong. You asked me about some fucking important topic, and I brought up the topic of nachos, hands, or forks, and I went into a really detailed explanation about both arguments.
We talked about that for 30 fucking minutes! No, more than that, actually.
And then it switched to that, and then it went back, and then it switched to another thing, then it went back.
You idiot! If you try
like I was looking at the thing, so I was gonna try to trim it down to just the part where it's like where we started talking about that shit up until the end of the video. Then it was like half of the video, and it's only like 1 hour. That's as much as I can record. Like half of that fucking hour was spent just fucking talking about the whole fingers versus forks bullshit discussion.
I have a debt to repay. To the people who came with me because they believed in me.
You realize you don't go to eat finger foods without fingers,
bitch. But then, instead I could use Mage Hand, so I can just pick it up if I want.
Do it. Do Mage Hand now then.
Fucking
show me.
Magic, like if I had magic like my characters do, I would fucking just be the laziest son of a bitch ever.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You lazy meow.
I know it's hard to believe considering how much of a hard worker I am.
Fucking slacker.
Fuck you.
I leave the universe.
Oh well, you know, sorry, Denkai.
I know you won't let me down.
Oh jeez.
Think, son.
So I'm expecting nobody. I'm sure nobody in this fucking party has the fucking answer to it. Why is fucking Raikage constantly fucking Hinata and fucking Naruto?
Because remember, the Raikage was going to kidnap Hinata when she was little.
No, but not little Hinata, adult Hinata, married to Naruto Hinata.
No, I know, but like it makes sense.
That hates Naruto's dad.
It makes sense that this big black man who's willing to kidnap children is more than willing to cuck a man too.
Well, let's see. Naruto, blonde hair, blue eyes, Raikage, black. Yeah, I think I see some reason for this specific choice in coupletry.
So again, I think literally I think the fact that, because again, it is the Raikage who was like, yeah, I'm gonna kidnap like young Hinata and all that shit. But then, you know what it is? It's kind of like, I think there's a tag called perversion of canon. You know what I mean? And obviously it's not kid Hinata that everyone puts in those dojins. Well, I at least hope not. So yeah, the point is that like, then they're like, oh well, now he took Hinata when she's older, you know, instead of when she's younger, you know. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense, yeah. But
I think it is weird though, because he's not really a big character in terms of like, I know he's like relevant a bit, but in terms of like a lot of the general pool of characters, he's not anywhere on the list. Like Killer Bee is higher on the list than him. So it is weird that they keep making it's like either him and Hinata or him and Tsunade, or I'm like, why?
I think it's because he's black.
Yeah. Oh no. He's like, yeah, now you're coming to my village. They finally learned the way. Ha ha ha. You might have
these girls ain't shit.
I mean, they ain't. The only ninja there in fucking the Leaf that has some fucking merit was Tenten, and we saw what happened to her. Absolutely fucking
nothing. Shut the fuck up. Sakura has the most merit, you bitch.
Oh man, look at this poor lost soul. He don't know no better.
Our hull has suffered severe damage.
This poor child. He don't know a damn thing.
Mercy, sir. He's only a child.
And switching to atmospheric entry mode. We may as well. This ship.
Wait, is he? Oh God, Efren, are you younger? Oh no.
Just a bit more.
You
Wait,
should
what?
be in
Just a little
bed,
bit
young
more.
man.
Hang in there, Calnus. Don't let our friends'
What?
dying wishes
Stealth.
go unanswered.
I'm not sneaking in my parents' house to make popcorn. I'm here to kill.
Anyways.
Now, what are you whining about? Why do they have her small ass? Oh, she's lifting them up. I thought that she was putting her hands in some cuffs or something.
What is it?
Well, it looks like that for a bit.
Yeah, it looked like that too, right?
Yeah.
Even though our shields are down.
What is it, girl? Can't you see I'm busy with my satellite ears? What the hell is she doing?
The satellite ears or Gino?
The girl.
She's
what
creating
is
a
she
barrier using her magic.
doing? Oh, because I was like, I saw sigils and shit all over it. I just didn't know what she was doing. We're gonna make it, guys. Speaking of making it, okay, so Erica, I went back into the Yakuza and I fought that first Korean fucker and the little pretty boy fucker in his little underground fucking Starlight place. He was like, oh yeah, Starlight's really good looking, huh? But there's people here, they're not able to get what they really want from these hostess clubs, you know. They want real titillation, real flesh, and then fucking hear you and them go downstairs or in the back room or whatever, and they see all this degeneracy around them, people with masks and fucking wearing no shirts, dry humping each other in the seats, and Kiryu is like, what is this shit? What is this goddamn degeneracy? That's pretty much what he looked like. He was like, what, in like the boy Yuta? He's like, Kiryu, Aniki, is this what hostess clubs are like? And he's like, no. We have fucking dignity. I don't know what the hell this shit is.
Which Yakuza? 1, 2?
Not where I'm around it.
Old man Kiryu, 6, yeah.
6.
Song of Life.
I had stopped for a long time, but I got back like recently, and I had just got to the part after I ended up fighting that guy. He strangely looks like Lee from fucking Tekken almost with his fucking hair. But
what's his name? Jingu Han?
Yeah, something like that. And it's like that. Like, here you goes to Starlight thinking he's gonna see his old friend, but no, Starlight's got a new management and everything because the Koreans are now trying to get in. And he's like, oh yeah, they still hate you, but I think we should just put all that water under the bridge. So, and Kiryu's just like, just tell me where I can find this shithead so I can cave his face in. Oh, I'll tell you, but first you gotta fight me. And then when they bring the ring down, all the fucking ladies get excited. They're like, oh, it's the ring. And he's like, yeah, see, there's nothing that turns these people on more than the sight of blood.
Hold on. Alright, I'm very sorry to interrupt, but I just want to mention that fucking... Okay, so here's the thing. The magic system in this, like, that we've seen, they're called, it's called symbology. You know, which is the whole, like, you create these symbols, and these symbols have power, right? We've clearly seen that, Vegeta has it, Edge has it as well, Jello had it. Well, the point is that, like, we've seen symbols have power, but, like, everyone was like, oh, like, Vegeta, why are you just drawing these meaningless, like, symbols on the ground? And then Gina over here has the gall to be surprised that this little girl who has magic could have created powerful symbols all around her ship when she was drawing.
We already know that this group is stupid. The little girl was the one that made more. The little girl was the one that made more ideas than the fucking adults. Remember?
God, fucking, I'm very sorry. I had to just point that out.
Stupid. That's stupid to me.
Okay, again, all right. If you say, all right, Del. Let's say, you know, like, you have a crew, for some reason you have someone who's smaller, but you know they're like, you know, a magic person. Yeah, but you know the magic system is called symbology. So when someone starts, like, drawing symbols, are you gonna assume, oh, they're just like...
What could this be? Oh, she's just drawing on the walls.
Okay, is that stupider than in Castlevania? Is that stupider than Castlevania where like these fuckers are like putting symbols all around the village and no one decides to try to take them down? You know?
Oh yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I'm legit annoyed that they didn't just try to scratch out the obviously evil glyphs.
Nah, shut
Because
up,
what did they think they were gonna do? What did?
they're
Why
bluffing,
did they
Skylar.
think?
Oh jeez. I'm very sorry. I got
I'm gonna
heated
bless
there.
your house.
I got heated and just like I forgot how stupid this was. That
No,
like
that's dumb.
I remember the
That's, like,
barrier,
peak
but I forgot
stupid right there.
Agena being surprised by it.
If anything, that would be something you would have asked her to do, knowing that this is a thing that can be done.
It's
So the fact that you're surprised is really stupid.
You know what this is? This is like in Mindjack, where fucking they don't talk about the whole process of mindjacking until halfway through the fucking game.
Wait, is that
Despite
the
the fact
one?
that you're doing
Is
it the-
that the one with that black guy that trained the fucking main character?
It might be. Also, I am
is that
gonna.
the game that Matt and Wooly played?
No, I think that might have been different. Also, I'm gonna save the game, so the audio is gonna just be mine. But like, all right, hold on. I don't think it was a Mindjack. Mindjack, I know they did a stream of. It's the one where you can take over like office ladies, soldiers, and even gorillas. You know.
Are you sure? Okay.
It's all familiar with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was about to tell you.
Yeah.
Sure, because I don't think they did a stream. Well, maybe they did, but I wasn't paying attention. This is like earlier times with the best friends. Matt and Wooly did like a one-off or two videos, I think of it, and it was like I think it was Mindjack, and it was like some bald, shaven head dude with this black guy saying, "Go ahead, do this thing," and he's like moving shit around with his mind. And then when they're doing the melee attack, it looks so fucking stupid. One of the melee attacks, he puts his hands together and kind of like pumps them up and down of an attack.
Oh man.
I think it's a different thing because
it might be.
Maybe.
The main characters are a male and a girl.
Hey, by the way,
thing,
I want to ask you guys: does this man who's quivering in his boots right here look like a vigorous warrior?
To be fair, I don't think any of the people here really like scream vigor. Like the closest we've seen so far is Edge, and that ain't even saying much.
And the Edge has his elf battle twinks to support him.
Yeah.
I just got back from fucking in here.
Also, Rian over here is like, Diva is literally dumb. I mean,
so
this the same bitch who refused to get out of bed.
Stop trying to remind me. What you say, Eric?
Go.
Go on about Yakuza 6, please.
Oh yeah, I'm very
Okay,
sorry,
so-
by the way. Go on.
Yeah, it's fine. So I kicked the dude's ass,
Oh.
and well, first Yuta wanted to get up there, and Yuta got his face caved in, and I'm like, oh, poor boy, he don't know what he's doing. He's a baby. Stop punching the baby. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
He hasn't been to war yet. Also, I love that everyone was shit talking the two that came along with Kiryu, like, oh, look at these country bumpkins. They're like playing dress up, and I'm like, really? They're just wearing suits. They don't look any different than any of you assholes.
No, those are.
Sorry.
Those types, it's fine. Those types of suits are colors specifically for you.
Wait, that poisoned me?
Sorry,
go on.
I guess it would be something locals could just pick out, but it's still kind of dumb. And like, fucking boy gets his face caved in by that guy, and then Kiryu's like, all right, that's enough. You want to fight me? Fine, I'll do it. And
You
the
wanna
dude's like,
fight?
yeah, once I beat you, it'll put all the bullshit between us and the Koreans behind, and we can focus on taking over. And of course, gets his ass kicked by Kiryu, and then the guys are about to fucking cut Yuta, and he's like, you stop that shit! And I'm like, oh, he's got a bit of honor. I'll listen to you. I don't trust you a lot because you still look too devious, but okay. You
Yeah.
at least stand by your word.
Oh, for some
wanna
reason I
kill
thought this
whoever
was
it
the
is
point
that
of no
knocked the car
return. I guess I am able to like come back here at some point. I've got to make sure that I have.
Time after that was where I had stopped recently, like about 2 hours ago. I just stopped some time after that.
Well, I want you to try to differentiate the difference between Chinese and Japanese in that game. The language but fucking the appearance.
Oh yeah, they seem to have
Can't
different
tell Chinks is
colors,
apart from Japs.
and
Jesus.
a good chunk of the Triad guys, from what I remember in the first part of the city, around that time after you fight that bald fat fucker, they seem to dress a bit different. So there's a bit difference in the way they act. So that's why I'm like, and then they threw in the fucking Koreans as a fucking third thing, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So, I guess you haven't seen
like a fucking pretty boy K-pop star.
You haven't seen the big fucking
So many of my comrades have
the
died.
fucking reveal yet.
Nah, not yet. I just stopped at that point. I'll probably end up playing it again as soon as I come back, just for the fuck of it. But yeah, like I was like, yeah, you know, I haven't fucking touched it in a long ass time, and I'm bored. I don't want to just do the same shit. So let me go in there. And I was like, oh, so this is the guy who you think is Haruka's dad? I'll kill him. I'll kill this shithead. I'll kill him.
Yeah.
You mean Haruto?
Whatever. I'll kill him.
Yeah. Your husband.
To be honest,
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh wait, mama, you mean to tell me you used to date that sleazy, you married that sleazy, slick-haired Yakuza guy? You married him, and you got a baby by him? Oh no! And the poor boy was all heartbroken over that.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty much what he acted like when that was said. Like, how is our daughter? Oh, she looks more and more like you every day. You can come to the house if you ever want to see her. The dude fell to his knees like, and she's got a kid?
And he's black.
Well, I suppose it might.
Oh no!
Until now, I've been
That would be the response.
Should we give context to that? Because, like, Rian definitely wasn't in on that, and anyone watching this
If
probably...
he wants context, he can join.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, fuck him.
I just want to say, so, like, I remember thinking, like, oh, you know, Yasuke has a nice premise, like, the character could be cool to see him doing stuff. And, like, very similar to you, Eric, I thought it was gonna be more, like, historical, like, trying to be...
I thought that too.
Like, I thought it was a little bit more grounded, or at least I thought it was supposed to be. I mean, like, Samurai Champloo, or, like, fucking, anything like that where they're samurai. They are pretty elites. They are pretty cool, but they're still just dudes who can still be killed. You know?
Yeah, I think the biggest defense I've seen for people for Yasuke is that, and this is not my defense, right? The defense is, well, nobody really knows the story of Yasuke, so they just have to fill in the blanks with it, whatever they could.
But why did it have to be the most boring story in existence that was all so stupid and made no sense?
I'm sorry.
Not only the story, but why did it have to be fucking mechas and
to be honest,
and magic, demons, all that shit?
Like, I would let all of that slide if I was entertained. Like, Eric, I'm not lying to you. The only reason I was able to continue watching was because I was talking with you while watching it, because I was bored.
The other thing is, maybe the length of the series only being 6 episodes makes it easier to sit through.
But you could still make an interesting, even if it's just short, you can make it interesting anything, but I was just bored. Like, in the beginning, the most interesting shit we saw was the small flashbacks with Yasuke and his past, but even that wasn't that exciting, so I was still kind of hoping it was building up to something, right? But the most you saw Yasuke fight was the mercenaries. He didn't really win. It was like, literally, he got his ass kicked, and then fucking the little girl did a nuke explosion that blew everyone away, and then Yasuke gets his sword. He gets one good fight with that asshole, not the Dark General, but before that, when they're at that village, the lady. And I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. You know, he's doing some stuff. But I was hoping that we would have more of that, of an actual fight. But there's nothing. And then we get all these promises and shit.
Yeah, I think the biggest fight I liked was when Yasuke was still kind of a slave. And he had to get handed over to Nobunaga, and he saved that little boy from being killed.
Yeah, like that's
that
the
was the
closest
most
you saw
exciting fight to me.
I think that's the biggest problem too. If there's one thing you gotta have for a short show like this that doesn't have a lot of context or connection connected to it. You gotta at least make this action fucking exciting. That was the most dull, boring shit I have seen in a minute. And even if you don't want to, like, again, people make the comparisons to Afro Samurai. For all of Afro Samurai's faults, almost every fight was exciting.
Oh yeah,
something cool happened. Like, if for no other reason, the cool factor is what makes Afro Samurai stand out. Yasuke ain't got shit when it comes to that, man.
Like, okay, do you remember, like, when he was trying to get up that mountain, they have, like, what do they call it, empty brothers or the fuck? Like, each fight that he has against, like, their goons or whatever the fuck, because obviously the guys with the really big heads that look like weird, creepy guys aren't gonna fight him, but, like, they know how to pick them out, and, like, the character designs in general, even if some of them are stupid and weird, like, what was the guy played by Yuri Lowenthal, has teddy bear on his head, main rival guy, what's his name again?
Kuma.
Yeah. Oh fuck that shit. Yeah, like even though his design is kind, it just stands out and it's kind of like, well, that's weird and stupid. Yeah. But like again, I remember it. Well, I don't remember the name half the time, but I remember that design no matter what. You
can count on us.
I'm not going what at you guys. I'm going like what at the. There's this review out here called Yasuke, the anime is bad, and this one guy goes like, oh, it was pretty good, though. 8 out of 10 in my opinion.
Right, they said it was bad, but they gave it an 8 out of 10?
No, the commenters, right?
Oh, okay.
Alright.
And I'm like, he didn't even defend his point in the fucking comment section.
I think another issue, too, about why something like this kind of irks me is because I already know there's going to be people in droves that'll just say it was good and a perfect thing regardless, just for the obvious reason. But the reason I'm so fucking pissed is because this was a potential premise for something. You could have made anything. You could get people invested in this by making a balls to the wall good story, and if you couldn't do that, make every fucking action scene the most hypest shit in existence. Like, you could have done that, but they didn't neither. So we got a mediocre thing, and now you got people who feel like, well, if it's black, we gotta fucking support it, because when are we gonna get another good thing? Like, you know, like there's sometimes where I feel like people feel like they gotta accept what they can get. Like, well, shit, it might not be great, but it was a black samurai, so hey, it was 9 out of 10. It's like, why? Why was it 9 out of 10?
But then just watch Afro Samurai.
That's what I'm saying. And again, Afro Samurai ain't even that great.
Oh, I know shit. It's trash. It's fucking trash.
Is shit, but everything else is a fucking 10 out of 10.
Oh, but that game that the best friends played based on it, that's perfect.
What was that shit? Confront the fact that you failed your family or some shit like that?
No, confront the pain of failing to save your family.
So the guy that made Yasuke also made or helped with Black Dynamite.
Oh, how did you fail?
Wait, and The Legend of Korra?
Yeah.
Okay, that one makes sense. Sorry, go on.
Well, yeah, story shit, but the action's still kind of interesting.
Yeah. Aaron McGruder, he helped with Aaron McGruder's The Boondocks.
He must have just been one of the people giving coffee.
Children of Either, if you know that. Cannon Busters, if you know that. And Yasuke. But, let's see, Black Dynamite. Let's see what he did in Black Dynamite.
Well, you know what? Now I can see I can see the ties with him being part of Korra. They literally did a fucking Avatar Korra fight versus that giant spider thing.
LeSean Thomas is the guy that made Yasuke, and so he directed, Legend of Korra. No, Black Dynamite, sorry.
So he directed it?
He directed, Black Dynamite along with, Yang Ki-moon.
I'm just so
I feel like
disappointed.
Alright, here's the thing, being a director doesn't necessarily mean that you had like, well, a director's job is important, but it's also kind of like you're not the creative voice in some cases, you know what I mean? Unless, because I remember, okay, if you look at it, like there's 2 directors for Nier. There's Yoko Taro, the creative director, and I think there's another guy who's like the actual game director, you know?
Well, that's different. Yeah. That's like, okay, you're the one that made the whole narrative, but I'm the one that has to somehow bring this in the context of a game. Usually, in terms of like shows or movies, I don't know the hierarchy in these positions or how they work, but usually directors are the ones who spearhead the whole direction, meaning they would be able to go to the screenwriters or anyone and say, okay, now I know this is what you were saying, but we're going to change this to go here, or make this go to this direction or some shit. So I think that's how directors work, where they pretty much get final say on everything. Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm just very fucking disappointed because it had a very beautiful opening, very good song. The animation was okay, and I was a little interested in the relationship that Yasuke was having with fucking Saki. It was kind of cute, with her like playing around with all of his old stuff, and then saying, "Oh, you don't need to protect me; we'll protect each other." You know, some real Lee and Clementine feelings. I was already kind of on board with that. But there's no genuine threat coming forward towards him that made any sense. Like, we went from an ambush of mercenaries, and then the little girl nukes them all away, and then Yasen gets captured and he's just being tortured by the priest, and the little girl basically has to save him by herself because he still hasn't done anything. Then, even after that whole thing, when they decide to go on their journey, he has only one interesting fight with that lady, where he still needed help, but it was cool because, you know, she had magic and he was beating her with skill, so it was interesting. And then after that, we cut straight to meeting Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is saying, "Oh, she's the chosen one we were waiting for." And then next thing you know, there's a fucking army of the mechs and these people, and I'm like, where did we go from? Wait a minute, what's going on? Like, the escalation just changed so quickly, and it's like I had no time to get a feel for these two and the way they were acting with each other. I didn't get to see Yasen actually do anything except for in his past. The little girl just keeps getting more abilities by just wanting them, basically. Like, I didn't get any investment in it, and then we just flash cut right to the final boss. I'm like, wait, what? That's the plan? Why are we? I thought you were gonna like need to like train her and try to like stay away from her until you thought you two were ready, but you're just gonna go right toward, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. Like, by the way, I'm gonna save my game real quick, so the audio's gonna, even though I technically haven't done anything, but I'm kind of paranoid at this point. So yeah.
Yasuke was announced back in November 8, 2018, and and I'm like, he got all the star power, according to this, and 3 years to make it, so how did he only come up with 6 episodes?
That could have been more of a thing between them and Netflix. Maybe they changed their deal up about how long he had, but either way, my thing is, you had...
Oh, hey, we got a different battle thing.
You could have done... I can't hear it as well over our audio.
It's fine. You can probably check it out later, but it is slightly different.
Somewhere else. Yeah, I'll probably rehear it again when I watch the stream, but like later. But like you have all of this empty space because Yasen's story is nothing. Nobody knows anything about him except for the fact that he existed. So you can go as fantasy or as grounded as you want. You really wanted it to be fantasy. You wanted this to be some weird grand thing. I got the seeds of what you were trying to do, but you did not do it properly. Also, a lot of these designs were very ugly. Like, the main characters were fine, but a lot of the other designs, like the mercenary group, some of them just look fucking horrendous.
Yeah. I kind of like the chick that was friends with the robot. Like, her design didn't look too stupid,
too bad she was only there for 2 seconds.
Wait, she was the one that had like half black face, half white face, right?
Yeah, she was only there for like 2 seconds. She did nothing.
Yeah, I think she had like a cool outfit, but yeah.
But what do you know about her? Not a damn thing.
I want to just mention, like, I only watched like the 2 episodes with you guys out of the 6, and like, I feel lost, and like I have no real inclination to want to watch the other episodes to get context. But
Yeah,
like,
there's not, you're not gonna get it. I'll
so
tell you
here's
that.
the thing: is that I feel like there's like this whole bullshit with that where I was thinking about it. Do you think it's also kind of stupid that like basically they're like, oh yeah, you know, I'm friends with you, robot, and the robot's like, oh hey, I have emotions now because even though I'm a robot.
Because let me tell you how it started.
That can work. You can definitely make it work, but like I felt like, okay, were they not friends before then, I guess?
Yeah, so this is how they were introduced. They were introduced as a group. They weren't even a group individually. Like, they didn't start out as a group. They were just a small band that was gathered around by the priest. But we don't know a damn thing about the priest. He just paid them to work for him to do this. So my thing was they clearly just met each other and they don't give a fuck about anything but their pay or if they get to kill someone. So that's all we've been shown of them up to the point where Yasin is captured and when the priest is torturing him. That's all we see. We don't see anything about them as people, like they want more in life or that they care about anything. Like we don't see any of that. So we went from that to suddenly they're willing to throw their lives away for strangers.
Yeah.
Or the robot now being prepared to self-destruct over a friend that he's made in literally 2 seconds. And this girl now calling someone her friend when nothing about her demeanor says that she give a fuck about anyone. Like, all of this makes no sense. So I can't get any investment in any of this shit because none of this makes any goddamn sense. It's like we're skipping so much stuff, and I guarantee you, if I would bring that up, someone would say, well, they probably did have more stuff there, but they had to cut it. I'm like, well, then re-scrap this shit, man. Make a more simple plot then if you can't do all this stuff.
I mentioned the whole idea of like, oh, well, like, you know, they probably had to cut it. Like, I think, like, it doesn't fucking matter because the end result is what matters. Whatever was cut out can does not count towards anything.
Yeah, we're not doing no Snyder cut bullshit where it's like, oh, if I had my true vision and
I think it's dumb.
I hate this fix it in post attitude when it comes to entertainment. If you wanted whatever you put out is what you put out. Fuck off. If you can't be a good enough creator and director that you can make it work regardless of any new developments, like I know it's hard, but that's like the point, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to judge the product that you give us, not say, oh, well, it might not have been good, but you gotta keep in mind all the hurdles that had to go through. I don't care. When you go to a restaurant, get food, and it turns out to be shit, you don't say, oh, well, I bet it was hard for the chef because, you know, they didn't have all the stuff they need. Like, no. That's not how that works. You put the product out there, and I judge the product for what it is. I'm not dealing with all the context you want to throw up as protection, but I was just so fucking disappointed because nothing about it got me hyped. Nothing about it kept me interested. I just liked a bit of Yasuke's design, and that's pretty much it. And his little bit of growing relationship with Saki and kind of the way they were bouncing off each other, but nothing else had me interested. Like, nothing else was happening. It was literally just, we went from, no, I'm not going to help you, to, oh, I got to help you, to now, let's go train you to be a magician, to now let's go fight the final boss. And I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah. Like, there's very little, like, progression that makes too much sense. Like, and again, it's like, I started watching one of you guys, and I still feel like I got no, like, idea of what fucking even happened, you know? And so one thing I was thinking about is, because again, you look at his wiki page for like the real Yasuke, and all that people really know is that he existed, he came to Japan, he was pretty much an oddity in terms like him being like a black person really stands out, obviously. And you know, of course, they're like, oh, he was so trusted and like so skilled that Oda Nobunaga trusted him enough to be the one to decapitate him and all that. Like, basically the point is that like his story kind of like you know, it's not, this sounds so fucked to say, I guess, because like it sounds like the Japanese guy is more than the black guy and more important than the black guy, but Oda Nobunaga is the one that has all the historical records You know?
Well, no, yeah, I was about to say that makes sense. Like, let's be very honest here. Yasin's story and his historical thing will never stack up to the Japanese as Nobunaga, because again, he's a foreigner, right?
Yeah.
He's a footnote in someone else's story in their mind. So of course, he'll never have as much, relevance as the actual guy. Like, I find that just makes sense. That's like if you have, like, what's that shit? What's that? The game where the European goes to fucking Japan and becomes a special weeaboo. Right?
Neo.
Yeah, Neo. Like him. That guy will never have as much relevance as the actual Japanese generals and warlords and shit there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's the same thing.
I just want to mention the actual William, I forgot what his actual last name was, but the actual William that they based him off of, his story was literally like, oh yeah, like, I'm in Japan now, can you guys let me leave? No. Oh. You do get to become a samurai though. Okay. Can I leave? No. Oh. You get to have a wife and stuff. Do I get to leave?
Can I leave?
No.
Why do you want me here this badly? Shut up.
So it's literally like they basically just wouldn't let him leave, and fucking like that was his story. He wound up becoming a samurai mostly out of a title of honor, but like that was it.
It was kind of like he had no choice but to be a samurai.
And you know what? To be fair, alright, William as a character to play as, that's perfectly fine for him to be a very generic, just white guy, Like, that's fine.
No, it's okay, yeah.
But yeah. And with Yasuke, you know what? If they maybe made a game similar to Neo, then you would have an excuse as to, like, why there's monsters and mechs and shit,
If they wanted it to be fantasy, they should have stuck with one thing. You could have said, oh, they have robots and mechs that give them the advantage, and that's why they've been taken over. Okay, cool. So we're fighting against robots, and maybe the little girl is a special case because she has magic that Japan no longer has anymore. Something like that, right? Yeah. Okay, now we got a cool premise. It's Yasin and her versus robot army to get to the big bad. Cool. Already that makes more sense than robots and monsters and fucking magic and there's no explanation for any of this shit until we finally got the little girl to the fucking Doctor Strange guy, and he's like, oh yeah, this is the astral plane. Why are you only telling us about this now? Why only now? We haven't seen
so much noise made now?
We haven't seen any understanding about what this power is, how it works, how the little girl can just do this and just know how to do things without, like, none of this makes any sense. And I know somebody will say, well, it doesn't need a big explanation. It's soft magic rules. Okay, fine. But you gotta make it make some sense in the actual narrative.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've gone from her making big blasts of energy to knock people back to now being able to just telekinetically move everything she wants to move, to then fighting the demon lady with her spirit in the astral realm. It's like she's got all these abilities and there's no explanation for how she's doing them. You gotta make some rules here, especially if we're gonna have her work together with someone with no powers. Because we need to be like, okay, if she can do all this, why does she need him?
Yeah.
Like, this is just an asshole with a sword. If this girl's this powerful, what does she need this guy for? And that's what made that final fight even stupider. Remember when the monster lady had them fighting each other and she was trying to trick them into killing each other? It's like, why is she?
I think it pissed me off because it's like, oh yeah, like, actually, that was my plan. I just wanted to entertain myself.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that was the stupidest shit in existence.
Like, you could have risked killing the girl, you idiot. What?
And again, what does she want to do? Does she want to kill the girl? Absorb the girl? What? What is her plan?
I don't know.
We don't fucking know. And then even when she's beaten, all she says is, oh, you'll want more power like me. It's like, is that your reason? Is that your big reason for why you're a bad guy?
How come we weren't told this before?
You just couldn't stop. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just couldn't stop sucking energy out of everything? Is that it? God, this is dull.
Oh, yeah. They wanted the generic bad guy, basically.
That moment was supposed to be a big, cool moment when both of them were useful and necessary to take down the bad guy. But again, nothing that Yasin has done makes me think he is useful in this fight. The little girl can apparently do anything she fucking wants to do. So, really, there's no need for him. That moment when she put her power onto him and had his armor glowing and shit, that was cool. But because we've never seen any real usefulness for both of them, to the point where she needs to rely on him, it looks stupid.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you could basically do that yourself, girl. Why are you putting your power onto him? Just kill the monster.
Yeah.
No, so can't have fucking that. Disappointing. So fucking disappointing. There was just, like, even when me and Eric are watching the early episodes, we were starting to get fucking bored. It's like, Eric said he only liked past Yasin, and I'm like, pretty much, that's the only time when he's doing something. Like, everything else is him just walking, looking sad, repeating the phrases he's heard in the past over and over again. I'm like, okay, dude, but are you gonna do anything?
Yeah, also, why would you make a anime about a servant of Nobunaga and, like, have Nobunaga only there for, like, 2 episodes?
Yep. Yeah,
you know what it is, especially that
story of his whole time with Nobunaga. I would think it would be that.
Nobunaga is just such an interesting character that, like, you. And here's the thing: is like, you know, they're saying like, oh well, Yasuke, like, there's like very few texts about him. Well, then fucking have Nobunaga as like a major character that he's there with, you know. Maybe have it be about him, or maybe have it be about Yasuke. Coming to Japan, like meeting people, like meeting up with Nobunaga, and fucking.
Sometimes that were interesting. That were just that the flashbacks.
You know, the way I'm gonna describe this sounds stupid, but like have it be like the Black Forest Gump, kind of. You know what I mean? Where like he's involved in like this historical stuff.
In the historical moment, yeah. He's the OC hanging out with the historical people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
you know why I hate?
I feel like they could have done something.
I hate that now this is starting to become a defense. Oh, well, you know, there's not a lot of historical texts about Yasin. Who gives a shit? That literally means you got all the free reign to make any story you fucking want. And you mean to tell me this is what you came up with? This? You could have had it be Yasin is just there in the background during the whole time period of Nobunaga. If you wanted to be after Nobunaga, you could have made an entire story about something about what Nobunaga did, leading to Yasin having to do one thing afterwards in the future, and that's what we're seeing now. It could have been anything. You did nothing. And if your excuse is that, we don't have any tests, you go to hell. Japan is full of how many myths? You could have literally just made one up on the spot, look at one of these myths, and boom, now just throw Yasin at it. That's it. That's literally what they did with Neo.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Again, I told you, that was William's story. It's just literally, hey, can I get out of Japan? No. You can be a samurai. Oh, but can I leave? No.
That's all it would have to be. No. And if you want the little girl to be another character, okay, make a magical threat, define a magical system, define what's going on, and then just have these two go on their wolf and cub journey to go after the bad guy. Boom, fuck. That's it.
That's the best way to describe it, wolf and cub,
that's
by the way.
That's all you gotta do. That's all you'd have to do, but they ain't do a goddamn thing. And I'm so fucking disappointed. I was so fucking confused when we saw robots out of nowhere, and there's just no explanation for it. You can't just have robots and not explain it. It'd be one thing if they were all demons, because I could say, okay, supernatural. But no, floating machines with lasers and guns. You explain that to me. Why do they have it, but you don't?
I don't want to explain shit.
It's fucking stupid, man.
Also, I think the defense, according to them, is that it's magic. You can't know magic. We don't know magic.
That's stupid, because that's literally how magic systems work.
Like, okay, like for instance with D&D, like the rules of magic are, you know, very straightforward. It's essentially like other things called cantrips, which are things that, like, you know, this is something that's very simple. You've practiced multiple times. You can just basically do it in your sleep, you know.
Yeah,
then there are some higher level spells, like fireball. The idea is that you have magical energy, and like it's flowing through you. The entire world has magical energy as well, so like the idea of spell slots is, okay, this is how many times you can tap into that energy without just draining yourself, you know?
It's like holsters in a gun. It's like, these are how many holsters you have at a moment.
And there's like ways like, oh, I'm able to make a ring that lets me you know, cast spells into it. Then I can use those spells later. You know, that you can have stuff like that. But there's never anything that just completely breaks the rules. Like, oh, I have infinite spell slots, for instance. That's like. No.
And when you look at that little girl, that's what it seems like. There's not even a sign where it's like she seems exhausted using her power. I would at least say, okay, maybe she needs Yasin, because when she uses her magic, she's instantly drained, and then she just collapses, and she doesn't know what to do anymore. Okay, that means she would need someone who's physical and knows how to fight to protect her in the meantime, or someone to deal with the problem so she doesn't waste her energy on one big move. Okay, now we got another reason why they need to work together. Something. But if you want me to buy that Yasin is this great warrior who is necessary for whatever journey to conquer the bad guy, you gotta show me some stuff that he can do on his own, and then you gotta show me stuff the little girl can do on her own, but show that they need each other and make a good enough interesting threat that makes sense where they would both need to work together. The fucking bad guy literally had them just beating on each other for like 20 minutes while she was just chuckling in the background for no fucking reason. And really, it was Yasin's fault. Because his dumbass was so stupid, he was like, oh, my master's talking to me. I have to kill you, bad person. I'm like, you really think your master's here? You decapitate him. And if somebody says, oh, well, it's not his fault, he was hallucinating. That's one hallucination I'll never believe. It'd be one thing if the master wasn't confirmed dead, or if, you know, Yasin didn't kill him, right? Like, if he didn't see him commit seppuku, right?
Yeah.
If he didn't know what happened to Nobunaga, and he saw Nobunaga there with the illusion, thinking that's really him, I could buy that. But the fact that he literally cut the fucker's head off himself, and now you see it hanged up on the wall talking to you, saying, oh, she keeps me here as a slave, kill him. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Any sense. Yasin, you can't be this dumb. But apparently you are.
By the way, I feel like the game is trolling me right now.
Are you sure? Because you are kind of... You do fuck yourself over a lot.
So, okay, basically, I can't really climb up these walls.
Running in a circle.
So I can't climb up these walls. I have to get in these bubbles. And then, like, jump out of the bubble, basically. And so, I'm basically waiting for the bubble to pop up. Like, and so, I don't know if you noticed, but basically the bubble, like, it was just refusing to show up while I was standing there where it's supposed to spawn. And then when I left, like, the moment I'm too far away to reach it, like, that's when it decides to pop up.
Please step back.
You know? I feel like, you know what it is? It's like that scene in SpongeBob, like, when he's, like, in that really dark, like, dank area, and then fucking,
you mean the fucking bottom of the ocean?
Yeah, he's like, alright, I'm waiting for the bus, but maybe I can, like, get snacks at this vending machine. And fucking, he goes to the vending machine for 1 second, like, he's fucking just, like, watching the bus just, like, repeatedly move forward to try to go as soon as he's not sitting at the fucking bus stop, you know?
I'm not done yet. Do you hear me? I demand that you call that right now, otherwise I am not leaving this spot.
Oh man, that's fucking harsh, man. Just like, imagine you were going to take some form of public transit and like you're waiting there and it's I would fucking kill that driver.
I thought that he's a street fighter and he uppercuts you.
Damn it. Fucking every single time he showed up to fight someone.
Even without fighting, he would get jobbed. Like, Hassan, why aren't they listening to me? Like, no one ever listened to him.
Oh, why would they?
Yeah. Every time he tried to say something, people would just outright ignore him.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, Necalli got ignored harder.
Oh, man. Necalli, like, it's so fucked what happens with Necalli. Because, like, here's the thing, is the way they hype up Necalli is like, oh yeah, they're trying to kill. It seems like every time he shows up, it's like a fucking fly getting swatted, you know?
Yeah, because he shows up, no one even asks what he is, you know? They just see him, and then they just kind of fight him, and then he just melts in the earth, and no one has any no opinion about him. It's as if he was never there.
Yeah. Also, I got a little warning that said the internet quality might be too bad.
Well, it's still going from here, so I don't see
so
any
if it
issue
goes
there.
out, you guys let me know.
Alright. But the only fucking person who even mentioned Nikali's name was Dalsum. And that's just because Dalsum was just there to explain what Nikali was. But ever since he showed up, no one fucking cared about him. Even when he showed up at Bison's base, you thought, okay, maybe Bison was planning to get to Nikali to do something with him. He just beats Nikali and then doesn't even look at him. I'm like, Nikali, what is your purpose? Why are you here?
Damn it. I fucked that up. Yeah.
That's exactly what Nikali said to himself every time he lost.
Damn it. I fucked it up. But yeah. I'm trying to remember. Was Nikali actually important to the plot?
They claim, Dalsum said that he appears whenever strong warriors are needed, and that he comes to devour them for some reason. So I guess it was tied in with Bison's plan, like the Earth was reacting to Bison doing something. But again, he did nothing.
What? He let the fucking weapons from FF7?
I don't know. But he just didn't do anything. It's like if you could beat the weapons by yourself with one attack.
Oh gee. Oh man, that would just not even make them.
That's basically how easy it was, because even after every fight Nikali showed up in, and when it cut to the fight being over, no one's even breathing hard once Nikali is gone.
Yeah.
So it's literally like they just casually beat his ass and then just watched him melt into earth and didn't even consider that. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Oh man, it's fucking something right there. Or like I was watching the Yakuza LP, like the what do you call it? The fucking compilation. And so I remember it was actually kind of hilarious because when Majima fights, what's his name again? The guy was friends with Kiryu. Do you remember his name? Yeah. When he fights him, like basically he doesn't have the whole that was a tough fight.
Was it Oda or was it Nishiki?
Nishiki, because there's the other guy.
I don't think he fought Oda.
Well, because like there's one dude that like is in charge of like Nishiki and Kiryu, but like basically he's like Kiryu's friend and all that. That dude, Majima fought on top of a roof and all that to figure out where Majima and Nishiki where Kiryu and Nishiki
where Makoto
are.
Was.
Yeah, and so like then like he fights him, like he's like, oh man, but no wonder you're the head of this this clan over here. Oh man, that's tough. But then fucking
the dude with the white suit.
Yeah, like the dude who's like friends with Kiryu, but I think he's older than him.
Right.
More
I
like
know what you're talking
like
about.
a mentor type figure. Yeah.
Didn't he shoot in the room after Majima fought that assassin?
Yeah, I think so.
That Chinese dude.
Yeah. But yeah,
that was an ugly Chinese dude too.
Nishiki couldn't even make Majima sweat, basically. Like as cool as Nishikiyama is, like Majima didn't go like, oh that was tough.
Yeah, he was literally like whatever.
That's so bad, man. That's so fucked.
Hey man, you're just not in that tier list. I'm sorry.
But come
you're
on.
Nothing to me.
Damn it. Why you do this to
You
me?
literally couldn't even make me sweat. I only did one breakdance move and you're already on the ground. Pathetic.
Although I think there was one where like Reina got a hit on fucking Majima by fucking hitting him with the goddamn like bottle of wine or whatever. That was pretty cool.
Fucking Kuze kept coming back and it just got funnier and funnier each time.
Oh yeah. Like what was actually the best?
What you say?
What was the best
Did
one?
you not like the fucking final fight between Kuze and Kiryu?
Oh, I liked it. I just always found it funny every time he came back and he kept talking shit.
He always winds up like, I think he has like goons with them, but he always like talks shit to Kiryu as in like, oh you suck, Kiryu.
Because I know it's not really him dissing Kiryu, it's like him just saying, my pride, I gotta hang on to my pride. A real Yakuza never backs down no matter what. As long as I'm still breathing, I ain't done. And it's like, Kuze, I get it, I feel you, I feel your energy, but Kiryu is younger, he is stronger, this is no longer a fight. You're not proving anything by throwing yourself at him again and again. Stop, sir. You are a senior citizen.
You even admitted that in the past, one punch from you would have sent guys like Kiryu to the fucking hospital. But that time has passed.
Oh yeah. It's like Casino, where the character that Joe Pesci plays, he's so fucking scary to everyone because he's like this dude that can knock guys out with one hit and kills them in such a brutal way. But then, like, after, you know, years in the movie, everyone's getting, you know, high and are all older now and they're getting sloppy. So you see him punching this dude out and he's like got 5 swings. He said Jimmy had to hit him like 5 times to fucking knock this guy out. So old Jimmy can kill a guy with pretty much one hit. And it's like Kuze, you're old, stop.
You're not the young man in charge anymore, I am.
Don't fuck with the Yakuza, Kiryu, and I'm gonna take you out, you fucking stupid shit. And I'm gonna, Kuze, your dentures are literally falling out of your mouth right now.
They're not dentures!
Speak.
Shut up!
I've hit you so much, they're basically dentures now.
Fuck you. Another one that I found really hilarious about that too.
Efren, did you see that clip, that thing I posted in general? I said Efren as an old man.
Oh, yeah,
did you watch
what
that?
the fuck, man?
You can't tell me it doesn't fit. Suck me off.
Fuck
yeah,
you.
I feel better if you suck me off. Like, that's literally you as an old person talking to, like, your nurse.
Fuck you.
Did you both see the fucking Minority Team videos they posted?
I watched the second one,
yeah. I watched one of them. I forgot what the second one was, but like I just still remember Jukano.
In the second one, Jukano gets a fucking massive boner from seeing 25 cents he could just pickpocket. Because he's a Jew, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know they're greedy. Yeah, that's the joke. Why did that joke come up exactly? Why is it that like that's a fucking thing with Jewish people? They're like, oh yeah, they're very greedy or they're very good with money or whatever.
Probably ancient stereotypes from long past. Nobody fucking liked the Jews in the past, and they probably don't now.
And it's kind of like nowadays, it's like a stereotype that Jews are in control of the media because they're like almost everyone in charge of a media. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, almost anyone in charge of a media empire, be it a producing studio or whatever, has a Jewish head or, like, anything like that. So it's almost like, if you really wanted to stretch and think about it, I mean, I'm not saying they couldn't pull strings, but they clearly could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking, did you guys see that? Remember that joke I told you guys about the fucking Hollywood Squares and a Jewish question?
I think I kind of vaguely remember it.
Well, when I said Jewish question, I almost set myself on a fucking dark ass joke. But, what? Fuck you. Anyways.
Now you're turning into African.
Yeah. So, the question is, which race has the most doctors? In any sort of field, and this one guy was like, it's the race with the most Jews.
Yeah.
As a fucking doctor in every fucking family, every freaking uncle is a fucking doctor. Yeah. The fucking accountant is a fucking dad.
Fuck. That question itself seemed like it was set up to make someone racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like asking what race has the most doctors.
That there's always a Jewish lawyer, or there's always a Jewish banker.
Yeah.
Even if you said something like, the Eskimos, you're still being shown as kind of racist.
Yeah, those fucking Eskimos.
Who are the ones with the fastest sprinting
legs? You know which?
Oh, the black, you're racist.
You know which culture people I hate specifically, and you know here's this one that can't possibly cancel me. The Amish. Yeah, fuck those.
I mean,
people.
to be fair, what good are they?
Yeah, fuck them. They won't go on the internet to fucking watch my streams. They're worthless to me. You know?
What good are they? Look, sir, your Amish and your Amish ways are pointless. We make jokes of you people.
Your people are jokes. Your hard work and ethics, fuck you.
Oh, look at these idiots not having a bunch of technology. We're fucking cavemen. I'm streaming this while streaming porn and watching a movie. Fucking loser.
And I'm gay.
You admitted it.
Damn, Efren, you want me to suck you off?
I was wondering
if
anyone would
finally
catch
admitting it. How are we not gonna catch it, Efren? You've been admitting it for so long. I'm not gonna be rude and deny you when you're coming out.
No. If all the things were so black and white, but no, I have to be Ace.
Okay, Rorschach.
So do you guys think that Minority Team would have been made today?
No.
No.
I don't think a lot of things like that could have been made today, because holy hell.
How ironic. Dr. Wang defeated by Giant Wang.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like, we're in a time period where now people are trying to actually ban old books and shit. Even though the premises of those books were against segregation or racism or stereotypes of different races and stuff. Just because it talks about those things, they want to get rid of them.
They want fucking Dr. Seuss had fucking old tweets apparently. Even after he died.
How could he have possibly made tweets? He's dead.
What I'm
Doesn't
saying
matter.
is
People are still trying to cancel him.
I'm saying that some of his books weren't like the best colored. So everybody's canceling Dr. Seuss now, even though they all praised Dr. Seuss like a year ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this woman, right, saying like, "Hey, Melania Trump," and I don't want to get into this Trump shit, but I guess I gotta because of my own doing. Hey, Melania Trump, I'm not gonna accept your books about Dr. Seuss because they have racist stereotypes in them, right? So then the fucking librarian at the kids' school that rejected the books had a fucking Dr. Seuss hat and is showing Dr. Seuss books in her fucking pile of books. Not even a month before she said fuck you to the first lady.
Yeah.
Do you guys know? Did I?
That said Monster Jew. It said Monster Jewel. Sorry.
Racism. So to kind of explain it a little bit better, Melania Trump was like, "Hey, accept these books that I want. I want to give you guys for your book fair. They're all Dr. Seuss." The lady said, "No, they're all racist books." And then the lady comes out with a picture, with a fucking selfie of her having a Dr. Seuss hat and having Dr. Seuss books on her person.
Yeah, that she was that fucking hypocritical. Like, oh yeah, this is bad, but it's like, but you were drenched head to toe in this shit. So how is it bad? Oh, it's only bad because the people you don't like are giving it to you.
Yeah.
We can use this.
Yeah.
I'll never get over how things have just gotten to the
Dr. Seuss book over there.
I mean, that's how it goes. Every time there's a new thing, anytime the president or Congress has to be put on fucking blast, that's.
By the way, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for joining me, everybody.